I welcome Gopher fans. Andy O'Connor along with you here again tonight. We welcome in Caledonia. Tanner Ginther steps to the plate for the Warriors. Fly ball to center field. Kason Johnson ranges over to his right, sunglasses down, and a couple of pitches, and we've got our first out here in the top of the first inning. Klug steps to the plate. 1-0. Good cut there. That's a Garrett Coons. I'm sorry, Garrett. He's starting first baseman today. Evens up the count here, one apiece. Good cut here. Hard shot by him. Ball just outside. Sorry, Mr. Klug. Reed is on deck for the Warriors. 2-1 count here to Coons. Hard hit ball down the line, foul ball. Left that one on the inner half, and he sure liked that pitch. It was a good one to hit, too. So, counts even here. 2 strikes, 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Garrett Coons of the Caledonia Warriors. Chase Johnson to deliver. Tries to get up on top of that curveball. Can't get her to come down. Full count to Coons. And he's going to come inside and stay just inside. He's going to draw himself a walk. So first base runner on for the Caledonia Warriors. That'll bring up Reed Klug. So Coons with a pretty good lead over there. Checks the runner. Going to come inside. Sean's going to keep that in front of him. Squirrels out to the left. No move over there from Coons on first base. 1-0 to Reed Klug. Johnson sets. Down 1-0 in this count. Shot to second base. Gets under the glove of Johnsrud's. Going to get to the right center field gap and roll quite a ways. And we may have our first run of the ball game. Klug will hold up at second base, and Coons will come around to score. So a shot there, just a hard hit ball by Klug, and got under the glove of Aiden Johnsrud. So the first ball or first run of the ball game here is scored. Got a hit, walk, and then a hit from Reed Klug. That'll bring up Ben Stemper. Good lead for Klug. He runs well. Stemper liked that one. He's going, that would have been a really nice one to go the other way with, and looks like he was thinking about the same thing. So, quickly up 0-1 on Stemper. There's one thing here, they're not going to get cheated on cuts, that's for sure. Johnson, quick look over to second base, delivers, and again, just trying to get up on top of that breaking ball. So 2-1 here to Ben Stemper, 1 down in the top of the first inning here. Caledonia Warriors in town tonight. Who cut straight back. Stemper on that one. Count evens up at 2 apiece here. Chase Johnston on the mound here for the Gophers. And he's going to ring him up. That one did come down in the zone just enough. Oh, so the second out here of the top of the first on a strikeout. That'll bring up Tyson Ginther. Klug on second base after that double from him. And there's that curveball in there to Ginther. Good pitch. Chase starts him off with it. You see the base coach over at third base. He's been with the program for quite a while. Long look. And it's going to be chopped over to the right side. Weston Nolte with a 3 unassisted over there to get out of the jam. So just one run in the top of the first inning on that hit to the right center field gap from Klug that scored Garrett Coons. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Gophers will be up 1-0 in favor of the Caledonia Warriors. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back, Gopher fans. Andy O'Connor along with you here at Mollybaum Field. We go to the bottom of the first inning, 1-0 in favor of the Caledonia Warriors. Reed Klug on the bump here for the Warriors. Chase Johnston to lead things off for the Gophers. Klug right down Main Street. Strike one to Chase Johnston. Little bender there from Klug. Goes up 0-2, and he can pretty much play with what he wants right now. That one stays up. 1-2 here to Chase Johnston. Gopher pitcher today. And he's going to stay alive. That one's fouled straight back. Klug delivers, stays up in the zone just a bit, but Chase goes after that one. It was pretty darn close here to being a strike. That'll bring up Kason Johnson, center fielder today for the Gophers. Klug sets. And delivers on the outside. Good shot here. Hit to the shortstop. And Kayson's going to beat that one out. That one kind of hit soft there in front of the shortstop and wasn't able to get that over there in time. Kayson runs well. That's going to be an infield hit for Kayson Johnson. That'll bring up Big Weston Nolte. So Kayson out to the cut with his lead. Good cut there from Weston. Oh, 0-1 here to Weston Nolte. Kayson Johnson over at first base, one down in the bottom of the first inning. Gophers down 1-0 here to Caledonia. And that's going to catch you outside. So we are going to give a pretty consistent zones starting to set up right now for both clubs. And I like it. You're going to have to swing the bat to once you get up there. So 0-2 to Weston Nolte. That one's going to stay down in the zone. One and two to Weston. Takes a look over at first. Oh, that one's going to stay just in. Good nibble over there in the inside part of the plate, or I should say the box. Kayson, good lead again. We'll see if he takes off. 2-2 count. And he is going to run, swing and a miss. Throw is going to be pulled down by Ginther over there at second base, but Weston will go down on strikes. And they are going to call Kayson out at second base because of interference. Well, we had Weston striking out, and his swing took him, I'm pretty sure he had a hit and run on. He was swinging at something that he normally wouldn't, but his swing on the outside there kind of dragged him or pulled him in front of the plate, and that allowed him to make contact with the catcher. He will be out on strikes, and then we've got our runner out at second base because of that interference. So Gophers 3 up, 3 down here in the bottom of the first inning rather. Caledonia will come back with Jack Schmitz, Will Allen, and Landon O'Haron. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back, Gopher fans. Andy O'Connor along with you here at Mollybaum Field. We go to the top of the second inning. Caledonia leading 1-0. After one, Chase Johnston on the hill here for the Gophers. Jack Schmitz steps in. Chase keeps that one up in the zone. Gets Schmitz to chase that one. 0-1 here to Jack Schmitz. Johnston to deliver. Yeah, that'll catch the outside. So we've got ourselves a nice zone tonight. Pitchers should be taking note of that and seeing what they can extort. I wouldn't say extort, rather, but try to push the limits on the outside pitches. And that one just about wrapped around in there. Good pitch there from Chase. 1-2 to Schmitz. Got another game or a couple of games here this week. Friday night versus Pem. That's a double header. That'll start at 4:30. That one stays up. 2-2 here to Schmitz. Johnson sets. Delivers, and that's going to be pushed the other way. Oh, Cole Raymaker can't get over to it. He got into the hole. Couldn't quite come up with that one. And we'll have our first base runner of the second inning for the Warriors. That'll bring up Will Allen. Not seeing Schmitz on the base pad, so I'm not sure what kind of wheels he has. Schmitz is going to take off. Sean Kirchner, nobody at the bag. And then we're going to have a stolen base. I believe that was a strike. Nobody down here. Top of 2. Allen at the plate. Schmitz with a stolen base. Pretty good shot there. Evens the count at 1 apiece. High pop fly here, ranging into center field. Kason Johnson underneath it. And we'll get our first out here in the top of the second inning. Will Allen flies out for the first out. That'll bring up Landon O'Haron. Cal in their road whites today. And what started out overnight and a little bit this morning, I wasn't sure how things were going to play out here at Mollybaum Field, but Field's taking the water pretty well. Strike on the inside, 0-1. Chase starts ahead again. Done a pretty good job here so far. He's had 1 walk. Good lead on second base. Little flare into right field. Ethan Eichhoff comes over there, gets it over his left shoulder. And, boy, almost a good piece of hitting there for O'Haron. He went that way. Ethan Eichhoff, good job making that play over there in right field for the second out of the top of the second. That'll bring up Mason Klug. Or actually, King, I'm sorry. Mason King will be hitting. Jacob Klug is doing the catching today, but King is DHing for him. Strike on the inside. Evens the count here at 1-1. Johnston delivers. Is going to get that breaking ball to wrap around and hit the edge. Up 1-2 in this count to Mason King. And he's going to get him on the outside. Struck him out. Well, after the stolen base, Gopher strand Caledonia runner at second base on the strikeout, and they will come up with the top of their order to start things off in the top of the third. However, Gophers will bring up Cole Raymaker, Sean Kirchner, and Brody Whalen. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back, Gopher fans. We go to the bottom of the second inning, 1-0 in favor of the Caledonia Warriors. Gophers will bring up Cole Raymaker to start things off here in the bottom of the second inning. Another beautiful night here at Molly Baum Field. That one's going to stay outside. Good hold there by Cole. 1-0 to him. Klug to deliver. That one will stay out. 2-0. And there's that one on the outside half. 2-1 here to Cole Raymaker. So Cole, just a good job here, taking a couple of pitches, making Klug come down the center cut. Klug working a little bit, maybe a bender in store. That one will stay down. 3-1 hitters count here for Cole Raymaker. And Cole just wants to see his pitch and only his pitch. Barrel one up here, and let's get our first hit of the ball game and get things rolling. That one will stay down and out, and our first base runner of the ball game, and Cole Raymaker, after drawing a walk. That'll bring up Sean Kirshner. He is behind the dish today. Nobody down here, bottom of 2. 1-0 in favor of the Warriors. Oh, Sean way out in front of that one. He had decided he was taking a cut at that one. But 0-1 here to Sean Kirshner. Sean with a good shot out to center field. And that one is gonna, well, we're gonna score that one a hit. That was a hard hit ball. A really good job of trying to get to that ball there in center field. And we've got our first 2 runners on base here. Kirshner, the benevolent scorekeeper, is going to give him a base knock because that was going to be a really tough play for the center fielder to make. So running is Ben Carrier. So Gopher's trying to get healthy here right now. We had a couple, obviously, football injury for Weston with his elbow, and as well as a shoulder injury for Benny. So we're hoping to get some more arms back here in the near future. Brody Whalen steps to the plate. Nobody down here. That one will stay out. 1-0. Klug, tall pitcher out there. He's about 6'5", 6'6", and you get that whippy motion. Brody, ground ball to the shortstop, and we'll see. Everybody's going to be safe, and bases are juiced with the Gophers. So what looked like she was going to be a tailor-made double play, quite honestly. We were going to get our guy to third base, but that one popped out of the shortstop's glove. Corners are going to come in. Thane Shields steps to the plate. Nobody down here. Signs here from Coach Baum. Pretty good job of getting up there. Cole Raymaker with a big vertical over that ball, so he wasn't going to get hit with it. That one will stay up. 1-0 to Thane Shield. Good cut there from Thane. Evens the count up at 1 apiece. So Thane would just love to get himself something over the infield. And I know Captain Obvious with that one. Ooh, that one's going to stay up. Pretty good pitch there from Klug. 2-1 here to Thane Shield. Bases loaded with Gophers and nobody down. So Chatfield would love to manufacture a run or two for sure out of this situation. That one's going to stay in. Thane's got to untuck that shirt just a tad. He would have had himself an RBI for sure there. So 3-1 here to Thane. Shield, Klug to deliver. That one will stay down. Walk will bring in a run. Well, he gets that RBI anyway. So we're going to get a mound visit from the Caledonia bench. And that'll tie things up here. Mollybaum Field, 1 apiece. Gophers and Caledonia Warriors. As I mentioned here, we've got a doubleheader Friday night, 4:30 start time here for that first game. And I'll, a heads up to Josh Whalen here. I gave him a couple of playlist suggestions today. Summer Samba for the mound visit music. All right, back to action here. Gophers 1, Caledonia Warriors 1. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Nobody down for the Gophers. Ryan Rindles comes to the plate. Left-hander, he'd like nothing more here than smoke one right down that right field line. Just hit one hard. Good first pitch cut there from Ryan. 0-1 to him. Nobody down here. Base is still full of Gophers. We'd call that a gaggle. Oh, and we had the old suicide on. And Ryan popped that one up, and Klug's going to get the out. So 2 down here. Benny got picked off. He was running for Sean. Ethan Eichhoff comes up for the Gophers. Still 2 on base for the Chatfield Gophers. That one will stay in. 1-0 to Ethan Eichhoff. Ethan's going to pop that one to center field. It's going to be a little bit of a long run. It does hang up, however, and the third out is going to be made on the pop out, or the fly out rather, to center field. Well, Gophers get on the board, strand a couple, but they tie this thing up at 1 apiece. 1-1 here. Gophers and Warriors will be right back. Hey, welcome back, Gopher fans. We go to the top of the third inning. Things moving along here very quickly here. Gophers Warriors. Tanner Ginther comes to the plate, his second at bat today. Johnston to deliver 1-0, 2-0 now to Ginther. We'd rather keep him off the bags. Good wheels there. And he's going to come back with a strike. Certainly got ourselves a pretty good strike zone here, and I've mentioned that a couple of times, but Chase has got to exploit that if he can. Ooh, that one's going to glance off of Sean's. Good cut from Ginther. Chase comes back to even this count up at 2-2. As mentioned here, Gunther runs well. Infield's going to have to come in and make a play. And Chase here can get up on top of that curveball. Just having a little trouble with that one today. He's going to have to just get up on top of her. Full count to Ginther. Payoff pitch here from Chase Johnston. And it's going to stay high. Walk there for Ginther. That'll bring up Garrett Coons. Coons hits one hard to left field, ranging back as Ryan Rindles is going to get underneath it and make the catch. Good hard hit ball there from Coons, but Rindles playing back quite a way, and we do have kind of a crosswind going in there. Might have held it up a little bit as well. Nothing hurt with that. That'll bring up Reed Klug, pitcher for the Caledonia Warriors tonight. So one down here, top of 3. Things knotted up at 1 apiece, Gophers and Warriors. Ginther over at first base. Pushes it inside, and Klug fouls it off to the right side. Good job kind of busting him in on that one. We'll see if Chase can't get that little breaker, that change going on the outside now, kind of mix it up. Hard hit ball to the right side from Klug last time up. And he goes down with it. Good pitch. He's going to go up. 0-2 in this count. That was the 59 3/4 variety pitch. Two to Klug. Chase Johnson, a little check over to Ginther. Ginther's going to take off. Great jump. Going to have to go to 1 with it. 1-3 put out. Good job here inducing that ground ball to Klug. So Tanner Ginther will make his way over to second base, runner in scoring position, but a 1-3 put out for the second out here of the top of the 3rd inning. That'll bring up Ben Stemper. Inside with that one. Little different timing with the leg kick here from Chase Johnston on that pitch. Ginther with a pretty good lead. Aiden will try to get over there and play a little games with him. Sean tries to pull that one up. That's going to stay down. 2-0 to Stemper. First base open. We'd like to get out of here, though. Stemper, cleanup hitter for the Warriors. Strikeout victim, his first time at bat. That one will stay in. So 3-0 here to Chase, or from Chase Johnston to Stemper. That one will stay up. And a 4-pitch walk here for Ben Stemper. So a couple of walks in this inning, and runners at first and second base. That'll bring up Tyson Ginther. Ooh, that one just missed. Chase took a little something off that one, just trying to get the ball across the plate. That one will stay up, 2-0. So Chase just laboring a bit here in the top of the third inning. Still 2 down, though. Just needs to get himself a ground ball to get out of here. He's done a pretty good job limiting damage. And there he catches the inside. 2-1 to Tyson Ginther. Another Ginther. Guarantee he's probably running pretty well as well. That one will stay up. 3-1. Hitters count here for Tyson Ginther. So Johnston looking to come back here with a strike. Get yourself a ground ball and let's get out of here. Hey, and he does just that. Good pitch there and a nice cut by Ginther. Runs this count full. Payoff pitch upcoming here from Chase Johnston. And good shot there. Good battle going on here between these two. Tyson Ginther at the plate for the Caledonia Warriors. Chase Johnston on the mound. Another payoff pitch coming from Chase Johnston. Runners on first and second. Runners go, and he's going to lose them on balls. So 3 walks here this inning, and a little bit of trouble here for Chase. He battled well on that one, but Ginther kind of rolled that out. And we've got bases loaded for Jack Schmitz. Just down, 1-0. Let's see. Chase just start ahead, get ahead, and stay ahead. And that one's going to be fouled back. Schmidt's got a good one to hit. Evens the count at 1 apiece. Good cut by him. One and one. That one's going to stay up. Runs the count to 2-1. Bases loaded here for Caledonia. Chase just trying to get out of this situation now. Delivers. That one's going to stay up as well. Three and one upcoming here, and a swing from Schmitz. That one was a good one to hit. A little something off of that one, and runs this one full. Well, runners will undoubtedly be taken off on this one. 3-2 payoff pitch here. Bases full of Warriors, and that one's going to stay up, and fourth walk of this inning. And we're going to advance all the runners and score another run here for Caledonia. That'll bring up Will Allen for the Warriors. 2 down, one's come across. Chase just looking to limit this. Allen flew out to left field his last at bat. That one's going to stay up. 1-0. And he's going to catch you outside with that one. Job here. Chase there stays mechanically sound and comes forward here. And he gets into a little trouble if he falls off like any other pitcher would. Just bring it, Chase. There you go. 1-2 to Will Allen. 1 run has scored already in this inning for the Caledonia Warriors. One and two count here to Will Allen. And he's going to hang in there with a foul ball over the backstop. So we're hanging here at 1-2. Caledonia's done a pretty good job of stretching out counts here on the Gophers. Pitch upcoming here. Johnston to Will Allen. There he gets that break. There he got on top of that curveball and caught the outside edge. And he limits the damage to 1 run here. Gets Will Allen on a strikeout for the 3rd out of this inning of the top of the 3rd. Gophers will go to the bottom of the 3rd inning with the top of the order. Chase Johnston, Kaysen Johnson, and Weston Nolte will be right back. Welcome back, Gopher fans. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Gophers down in this one 2-1. 1 run came across here in the top of the 3rd inning for the Caledonia Warriors. Chase Johnson at the plate. Klug delivers just high on that one. 1-0 to Chase Johnston. Johnston struck out here in his first at bat. That's going to be just out. 2-0. And a pop fly to the right side. Ginther over to take a peek at that one. And the first out here of the bottom of the 3rd inning. 1 down brings up Kaysen Johnson, center fielder for the Gophers. And Kaysen was called out at second base. There's an interference call here. Weston got out in front of the plate and interfered with the catcher. Ball 1, that one stays up. Klug delivers, and he's going to get him right in the middle of the shoulder blades, and that one doesn't feel great, I am sure. He's going to go down there to Coach Johnson. His dad's going to rub a little dirt on it and say, let's get back out there. So that's just kind of that dead sound you hear between the shoulder blades. It just doesn't feel good. There's no 2 ways about it. So I'll bring up Weston Nolte. Weston was a strikeout victim his first time up. However, ooh, good pickoff move. That was really close. Ooh. Well, as they say, he had the perfect lead then, huh? He just got back. Kaysen with a big lead again. Good secondary. That one's going to come across the outside half. Kaysen inching out there even further. That one's going to stay in. 1-1 here to Weston Nolte, first baseman for the Gophers. And that one's going to get away there. Klug came across the body a little bit, and I think he kind of pretty much knows it here when he let go of that ball. One down here in the bottom of the third inning. Kaysen Johnson advances on that wild pitch. Weston up 2-1 in this count. Klug good on the hill. You need to make him throw pitches, though. Cannot let him get in a rhythm. 3-1. Hitters count here for Weston Nolte. He's got to be good. And that's going to hit the inside. We'll make this one a full count. Payoff pitch upcoming from Klug. And the stretch comes with it. Weston shoots one right up the middle. And we're going to hold it. Come on. There you go. Well, a little bobble just under the glove in center field is going to bring around the Gophers' second run of this ball game. Weston, nice shot right up the gut. He ran this thing to a full count and ended up with a base knock and an RBI up the middle. So, Cole Raymaker to the plate. Cole playing short today because Chase is pitching. Delivers, that'll stay up. 1-0. Weston Nolte over there at first base. I don't know if Weston's going to think about running or not. He typically doesn't take a lot of stolen bases. 2-0 to Raymaker. So things knotted up at 2 apiece. One down here in the bottom of the third inning. Weston, conservative lead over there. Going to take his secondary down in the dirt, but stopped by Klug. 3-0. And that's going to catch the outside. Kind of a sweet spot for Klug there, getting the outer half of the plate. He's been good at catching that here so far tonight. Cole Raymaker hits one hard, and that's going to get over the left fielder's head. Here comes Weston Nolte around third base to score. Cole Raymaker with a double and an RBI. And the Gophers take the lead 3-2 over the Warriors. Big Weston here, motoring around here from first base. That'll bring up Sean Kirshner, today's catcher for the Gophers. Nice hard hit ball there from Cole Raymaker. Got himself in an incredibly favorable count, obviously, at 3-1. That one will stay up and out. 1-0 here to Sean Kirshner. 3-2 in favor of the Gophers. Shawnee, nice hard hit ball. Oh, just foul. All right, Sean getting ahead of that bat out there. Be a little patient here, Shawnee, because I think you're going to see some off speed. Counts even up here, 1-1 to Sean Kirshner. Gophers took the lead here in this third inning, 3-2. Klug sets. Delivers Sean Kirshner, base knock over to the right side. Runner a hold at third base, and Cole Raymaker. Runners on the corners here for the Gophers. And one down here in the bottom of the third inning. Sean Kirshner, courtesy runner. Ben Carrier over there for him. Good hard hit ball. Sean just kind of stuck back on that one. So runners on the corner again for Chatfield. And we'll get a mound visit. from the Caledonia staff. So Klug here just got himself in a little trouble. A couple of hard hit balls though, so nothing nothing to take away from the Gophers in that respect. So as I mentioned earlier, just a beautiful day, and I think we needed a couple of these after we've had a few first pitches here that were in the 28 to 42 degree range, and what you get in April baseball in Minnesota. So nicely. So mound visit is over. Benny makes his way back over to first base. Cole Remaker at third. And that'll bring up Brody Whalen, today's DH here for the Gophers. Brody. Runner goes, and they're going to fake the throw. Klug came out of there hard. Was hoping here to catch Cole over at third base sleeping and maybe getting a little too far off the bag, but Cole stayed home. So runners in scoring position for Brody Whalen. He's going to hit one over on the third baseline. Play's going to be to first, and that's going to score a run. So Brody puts that one in play, gets himself an RBI. That's going to make it 4-2 here in favor of the Gophers. Ben Carrier will make his way over to third base. 5-3 put out. Brody got down the line there well. Thane is going to knock one over to the right side, just kind of a check swing. Coons is going to back up a couple of steps, and that'll do it for the Gophers in the bottom of the third inning. However, they do score 3 runs. They take the lead in this one, 4-2 over the Caledonia Warriors. Warriors will bring up Landon O'Haron, Mason King, and Tanner Ginther. Will be right back. Hey, welcome back, Gopher fans. Andy O'Connor along with you here on this beautiful night at Molly Baum Field. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Gophers take the lead in the third, 4-2. That'll bring up Landon O'Haron. Chase Johnson leaves that one inside. We are in the top of the 4th inning, and as I mentioned, Gophers went up 4-2 in this one, so a good third inning for the Gophers. Couple of hard hit balls. 2-0 to Landon O'Haron. 8-9 hitters here for the Warriors. Chase, just bring one down Main Street here. Let your defense do the work for you. That one will stay up. That one will stay just up. 4-pitch walk here for O'Haron. Mason King, DH for the Warriors today. O'Haron over at first base with a good lead already. We might see King lay one down. And there's Chase. He's going to catch the outside there. 0-1 here to Mason King. O'Haron, big lead over there. Chase comes with that bender. Stays just out. Brought that one down a little bit, so getting there with it. Was able to get out of that jam with minimal damage here in the third inning. Ooh, O'Haron off there quite a bit. Weston puts the tag down. He will get back safely. 1-1 here to Mason King, DH for Caledonia tonight. And that one's going to be in the upper register. However, King's going to go after that one. 1-2. Chase Johnston trying to get that first out here in the top of the fourth inning. O'Haron on first. And he's going to bring him in with another strikeout. Went to the top of the range, and that'll bring up Tanner Ginther. Ginther walked and scored in the third inning. One down here, top of 4. Johnston takes the peek over there. Delivers to Ginther. And there's it, strike. Takes a little something off that one. 0-1 here to Ginther. Tanner Ginther, that is. Chase to deliver. O'Haron takes off. Good pitch to run on. And that was a bender that kind of stayed up there, and Sean was a little hamstrung with it. O'Haron, stolen base over there, and that will get the runner in scoring position. Ginther, however, takes that as a strike. 0-2 to him. Garrett Coons on deck. Ginther calls for time, steps out. Readjust, 2 strikes on him. And that breaking ball stays up there for Johnston. So 1-2. So Chase here, really the biggest trouble he's gotten in here was with walks here in the third inning. A couple of hard hit balls, and that's all he's given up. So other than that, there's a good shot there. Ryan Rindles comes up throwing. Good job hitting the cut. Very, very nice job. You got to hit that cut. Nice. So a base knock for Ginther. He's going to hold the runner, though, over at third base. Or rather, that one comes home there. Ginther is probably going to take second. We've got guys at second and third in scoring position as opposed to just guy over at third. Ginther, I'm guessing here, is just going to take off right away. O'Haron at third base. Coons at the plate. Good hard hit ball once again. He loves to pull the ball down there, and we saw him actually in Legion this summer. Pulled one foul over in Hayfield that just went foul, but well over the fence. So he's got a little pop in that bat. Voltsy down there getting that foul ball, hustling. Ginther still over at first. 1 strike to Coons. Ginther goes, and that'll stay up. Throw down. Ooh, they're not going to get him, and it's going to squirrel away into the outfield. O'Haron will score and make this a 1-run ball game. 1-1 count to Garrett Coons at the plate for the Caledonia Warriors. 4-3 ball game here in the top of the 4th. Coons hits one hard, and that'll be a foul ball. Look out, Molly. Yep, and that one was foul. That definitely would have cleared the fence. So a very long strike there for Coons. That one might be make its way over to the storage shed. Hit the pavement pretty hard. 1-2 to Garrett Coons. Chase going to stay away from that inside. Ginther's going to take off, and he'll make third easily. He timed that out perfectly. As soon as Chase started that move, he had a great jump. One down here in the top of the fourth inning. Coons at the plate. 2-2 count to him. Chase Johnston to deliver. And he's going to bring that breaking ball down and get him. So a strikeout here on Coons to get that second out of the fourth inning. Pitcher Reed Klug for Caledonia steps to the plate. 2 down here, 4-3 ball game. Gophers up in this one. Ginther over at third base, however. They'd love to get him in, obviously. Ooh, just inside. Good spot for that one. I like the mix. 1-0 to Klug. Breaking ball stays outside. Got on top of that one well. And a hard hit ball to center field. Kaysen's going to range back a few steps. And third out on a flyout here from Reed Klug. Well, that'll end the threat here with the stranded runner Ginther over at third base. However, O'Haron comes in to score to make this a one-run ball game. 4-3 in favor of the Gophers here going to the bottom of the fourth inning. We'll bring up Ryan Rindles, Ethan Eichhoff, and Chase Johnston. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back, folks. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Ryan Rindles will lead things off for the Gophers. He will square and pull back. That one will be on the inside. So ball one to Ryan Rindles. Get out ahead of that one. Coach Johnson, oh, look at that. Right up into the old breadbasket for the pick over there at the first base coach's box. Count even up at 1 apiece here to Ryan Rindles. Klug to deliver. 4-3 ball game in favor of the Gophers. That one fouled straight back from Ryan Rindles. Once again, even up here at 2 apiece. That one will stay inside. So good at bat here for Ryan. Being patient. Take your pitch. Full count here. Payoff pitch upcoming for Reed Klug. Ryan shoots one right back up the gut, and first runner is on here for the Chatfield Gophers in the bottom of the fourth. Ethan Eichhoff steps to the plate. What a nice hard hit ball there for Ryan Rindles. So Ethan Eichhoff comes to the plate. Ryan ran that one full, and nice job of just shooting it right up the gut. Nobody down here, bottom of four. That one will hit the upper register, however, stays in the strike zone. 0-1 from Reed Klug to Ethan Eichhoff. Conservative lead over there at first base. Oh, Ethan's going to wave at that one. Ryan Rindles will be caught stealing at second base. It'll be 0-2 to Ethan Eichhoff. So one down in the bottom of the fourth inning. Ethan Eichhoff down 0-2 in this count. And he's going to hit that kind of a check swing, kind of like Shane or Thane the last time. That'll be a pop out to the third baseman. Two down here in the bottom of the fourth inning. That'll take us back to the top of the order for the Gophers here in the bottom of the fourth. Chase Johnson up. Popped out to the second baseman, his last at bat. That breaking ball stays up and in. 1-0 to Chase Johnston. That one will stay down. 2-0 to Johnston. Johnston, pitcher of record here for the Chatfield Gophers. Just a one-run lead here, 4-3 ball game for the Gophers. They've taken full advantage of the opportunities they've gotten so far tonight. That one will hit the zone, 2-1. Down in the zone, 3-1. Hitters count here for Chase Johnston. Two down in the bottom of the fourth inning for the Gophers. Chase Johnston awaits on the deck. And that'll bounce in front of the plate. We've got ourselves a base runner here to see if we can't bring another one around in the bottom of the fourth inning. Chase Johnson over at first base takes that walk. Cason Johnson reached after being hit by a pitch, his last at bat. Ooh, leaning just a bit. That one's going to get by, and Chase is going to get over to second base. Coons is going to go over to the fence to get it. Runner in scoring position, however. Chase runs well. Good action from the Warriors. Right fielder was back to back up that play. That one will catch the outside. 0-1 to Cason Johnson. That one will stay in. 1-1, even up here for Cason. Chase Johnson on second base. Two down in the bottom of the fourth inning for the Gophers. Ooh, good one to sit back on and shoot over to that other side. 1-2. Nice job taking quite a bit off of that one and dropping that in there by Klug. 1-2, Cason Johnson. Klug will step off. They're playing pretty much right up the gut. That one will stay up and out. Evens the count at 2 apiece. Ooh, Case in there gasses it up on the inside, and that'll make it stranded runner over at second base and strikeout to end the Gopher threat here in the bottom of the fourth. We go to the top of the fifth inning for the Caledonia Warriors. Ben Stemper, Tyson Ginther, and Jack Schmitz. Gophers lead this one 4-3 over the Warriors. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back, Gopher fans. We go to the top of the fifth inning. Gophers leading this one 4-3 over Caledonia. We're going to get the first out here. Ooh, backing up here is Chase Johnson off the mound. 2 pitches, and he induces a pop in the infield from Ben Stemper. So that'll be first out here, and a pop up to the pitcher. Tyson Ginther steps to the plate for the Caledonia Warriors. We had a little foreign substance potentially. Little bouncer over to third base. Thane Shield across to Weston Nolte. 5-3 putout. 3 pitches, 2 outs. That's what we'd like to see. So retire Ginther with a 5-3 putout. Jack Schmitz will step to the plate for the Caledonia Warriors. Schmitz is a walk and was stranded at first base his last at bat. He's going to pop that one out to left field. A little talk there from Ryan Rindles. Well, 4 pitches, 3 outs, and you can't ask for a whole lot more on that one. So 1-2-3 snapper mow down inning in the top of the 5th inning will quell any threat there from the Caledonia Warriors. We go to the bottom of the 5th with Weston Nolte, Cole Raymaker, and Sean Kirshner. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back, Gopher fans. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Weston Nolte will lead things off. Pitching change for the Caledonia Warriors. O'Haron will come in to pitch for them. O'Haron gassing it up on the outside. 0-1 to Weston. That will stay down and out. 1-1. So O'Haron came off firing, guns ablazing there with that first pitch. Good velocity. Weston evens the count at 1 apiece, though. He'll hit that one to the right center field gap, and we'll see if the right fielder will make it over there. Ooh. A little interesting put out there. O'Haron, few pitches here to induce that fly ball over to right field. So an F9 put out here for Weston in the bottom of the fifth. Cole Raymaker comes to the plate. Raymaker with that double over the left fielder's head. His last at bat. Cole has reached both times and scored both times. Actually, Benny's run for him. Well, no, Benny hasn't. Strike on the outside. A little quicker, snappier delivery with O'Haron. Shakes off a few pitches. Gets one he likes. Cole's going to shoot one over to the right side. Hits that one well. Right fielder business is good over there. And that'll be a couple of fly balls to the outfield. To the right fielder. So 2 down here in the bottom of the fifth inning. That'll bring up Sean Kirshner, catcher today for the Gophers. O'Haron set to deliver. And nothing fancy. His first pitch has been right down Main Street. So working ahead. Get ahead, stay ahead for O'Haron. That one will stay down. Take a little something off it. 1-1 to Sean Kirshner. Will stay out. Little tail on that ball there. Pretty good pitch. Just stayed out. 2-1 to Sean Kirshner. Sean doing a good job being patient at the plate. Oh, and that's going to catch the inside. Evens things up at 2 apiece. Sean sticks in this count here. Follows that one straight back. Right on that one. 2-2. Good battle going on here with O'Haron and Sean Kirshner. And that'll stay on the inside. So painting the corners, O'Haron he is, and he'll get a strikeout to end the Gophers in the bottom of the fifth inning. 1, 2, 3, 3 up, 3 down for O'Haron in that inning. We go to the top of the sixth inning. Caledonia Warriors will bring Will Allen, Landon O'Haron, and Mason King to the plate. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back, Gopher fans. Andy O'Connor along with you here at Mollybaum Field. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Gophers up in this one 4-3. Will Allen steps in for Caledonia. And Chase gets that first pitch strike. Important for him to stay ahead. We've got the 7, 8, 9 batters here. We'd like to get these guys in order. And one stays just up. Evens the count 1-1 to Will Allen. Sign from Sean Kirshner. And a hard hit ball between short and third base for the first base runner of the 6th inning. So Will Allen over there at first base. Base knock for him. Pitcher Landon O'Haron steps to the plate for Caledonia. Down just 1 run here in the top of the 6th inning. We'll see if they don't try to generate a little chaos on the base paths. Allen with a pretty decent lead over there. Nobody down. Fly ball to center field, Kaysen. Couple steps back. Comes in to get that one. And one down here. Nice job, Kaysen here. Takes the steps back instead of coming in initially, but was able to make that catch. So one down here in the top of the 6th inning. That'll bring up DH Mason King. Sporting the Jordans. Good lead for Will Allen again. And he's off to the races. Sean Kirshner, good throw down there. Just misses that one. Boy, that got out of his hand pretty darn quickly. So Allen in scoring position for King. That was called a ball. It was probably just up. 1-0 to Mason King. We'll see potentially here. Is Mason going to lay down a bunt? Gamesmanship there over at second base. Chase delivers, and it'll be outside. And Sean can't handle that one that was up and out. Pops out. Allen will advance over to third base. So one down with the runner at third base now. Mason King at the plate. Weston comes in even with the bag, as is Thane over at third base. That one will stay out. 3-0. DH today, Mason King. And that one will stay up. He will reach on a walk. So runners at the corners. We'll see what kind of signal Sean wants to give to our infield. Tanner Ginther steps to the plate for Caledonia. Mason King over there at first base already with, well, just a lead out to the cut. Just in front of the cut. Ginther at the plate. And that'll catch the inside. We are in the top of the 6th inning, one down. Gophers lead this one 4-3. Mason King over at first base. Will Allen at third. King with a little bigger lead. He's going to get a secondary. And he's going to catch that outside again with that breaking ball. Well, Sean, be a wall because we can see what we can't get out of the zone. So Ginther down in this one 0-2, just trying to hang on at this at bat. Comes with that breaking ball again, and a good job by Ginther to hang on. Fouls that one straight back, or actually down. Good lead over at first for King. And he's going to get Ginther up in the register. That'll be the second out here with a strikeout of Ginther. Runner still at first and third. That'll bring up Garrett Coons. So Coons struck out his last at bat and flew out in the third inning. Did, however, reach on a walk in his first at bat. Reed Klug with an RBI to bring him in the first inning. King staying put over there at first base. Going to come with that breaking ball. Coons lays off of that one. 0-1 to him. Coons full hitter. A lot of power, though. And good job shooting it the other way. Boy, that would have been fair. We'd had a couple of runs. King might have scored from first on that one. 2 strikes to Garrett Coons. I would think here that Coons isn't going to see anything too special. Chase got to be careful on that inside. Don't lay anything in there for him to pull down the line. Runners at first and third. 2 strikes to Coons. And he's going to hit it to the right side. Ethan Eichhoff is going to knock it down, and 1 run scores. So runners at first and second. Mason King. Good job by Ethan. Knocked that one down because that one was cutting hard over there to the right field line. Will Allen scores here to tie things up in the top of the 6th inning. Mason King will make his way over to second base, and Coons will be at first with a base knock to right field. That'll bring up Reed Klug. Klug went to shortstop after he was done pitching today. And there's that breaker. Starts off with that first pitch to Klug. Good job. Chase getting up on top of that one now. Feeling better about the control of that breaking ball. Tries to nibble a little further out, and that one's going to be outside, obviously. As Euchre would say, just a bit outside. Evens the count here at 1 apiece to Reed Klug. We're in the top of the 6th inning. This one's tied up at 4 apiece. Klug, bouncer over there. And Thane tries to tag him, and he just missed him on the way by. Klug was getting down the line really quickly, so I don't know if he'd gotten him either way. That, in my book, is probably going to be a infield hit, quite honestly. That one kind of got up in the gullet of Thane. Good job staying in front of it, though. So in the top of the 6th inning with bases loaded, we are going to make a pitching change. Looks like old Benny Carrier is going to go to center field. Kaysen's going to come in, put on the gear, and Sean Kirchner is going to get ready to pitch. So Chase, a pretty good outing here today. He gave up a couple of hard hit balls, but nothing crazy. Got into a little trouble with some walks here and there, but limited the Caledonia Warriors to 4 runs tonight. And I want to say good job over there in right field to Ethan Eichhoff. That ball that Coons hit over there was cutting pretty hard, and he had to make a choice. Am I going for this thing, or am I going to let it drop? Well, he had to let it drop, and it was on a line shot. Stayed in front of it. Shawnee will come in here and take his warm-up pitches. So when we come back, we'll be knotted at 4 apiece with bases loaded for the Caledonia Warriors and Sean Kirchner on the mound. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back, Gopher fans. We welcome in Sean Kirchner on the mound in relief of Chase Johnston. Ben Carrier to center. Ben Stemper at the plate for the Caledonia Warriors. Defensive adjustments here. Cole Raymaker slides over to third base, and Chase Johnston will stay in the ballgame at shortstop. Shawnee's going to catch the outside. Evens this count at 1 apiece to Stemper. Stemper popped out his last time at bat. Reached on a walk in the third inning. Ground ball to Chase Johnson. He's going to go to second with it, and a little high throw. However, Aiden Johnsrud pulls that one down. Well, we get out of here with just one run, and yeoman's job of coming in there with bases loaded. So Sean gets induces that ground ball to get the third out, a 6-4 put out. Well, we come back with the bottom of the sixth inning. This thing tied up 4 apiece. Brody Whalen, Ben Carrier, I believe, unless Thane's going to stay in there and hit, and Ryan Rindles will be right back. Hey, welcome back, Gopher fans. We go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Brody Whalen leads things off here for the Gophers. Good cut from Brody, and as has been the pattern here for O'Haron, he's come with a first pitch strike in almost every batter. So Brody goes after that one hard. That'll be just outside. Good nibble over there by O'Haron. Brody let that one go by. Ben Carrier is on deck. That'll catch it. 1-2, O'Haron up in this count. Brody Whalen. Was a 5-3 put out his first at bat. That one will stay up. Count is even at 2 apiece here to Brody Whalen. See Brody get himself a hit here. Start things off for the Gophers. Things are knotted up at 4 apiece. Good cut there by Brody. Goes after it. And he will go down on strikes. That'll bring up Benny the Bull, Ben Carrier. One down here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Ben came up here, came into the ball game in center field. When we made that pitching change, made a few other defensive adjustments as well. That one will stay down. Ball 1. 1-0 to Ben Carrier. That'll stay out 2-0. As I mentioned before, Ben working his way back here. A little shoulder issues here, dogging him here from the end of football and into wrestling. 2-1. And pitch on the outside from O'Haron. 2-1 to Ben Carrier. O'Haron to deliver, just about gets him. 3-1 here to Ben Carrier. Ben Carrier shot over to the right field side, and that one will fall for a base hit. Ben Carrier with a hit here to start things off for the Gophers. Nice hard hit ball over to the right field here. Ben just letting the bat do the work and getting that one out. Bat head through the zone. That'll bring up Ryan Rindles. Ben with a pretty conservative lead over there. Good cut from Ryan. Straight back here. One strike here on Ryan. Ben Carrier over at first base. One down, bottom of 6. Gophers and Warriors knotted at 4 apiece. That one's going to get down. And we've got a couple of base runners and some home cooking going on here. Ryan Rindles, there's your cut right there. That nice left-handed swing. Shoots one right back up the gap once again. So, runners on first and second. One down. Ethan Eichhoff comes to the plate. We're going to get another mound visit from the Caledonia staff. O'Haron. More gas on those pitches there, but threw a couple of them right down the tube, and Gopher hitters recognize that. Good job of getting that bat head into the zone and just going with that pitch. Well, we're here at 4 apiece on a beautiful evening, Mollybaum Field. And after some rain overnight and in the morning, this thing has worked its way back into shape. A couple of spots here and there, but the playing surface looks pretty darn good for April. And we will come up with our batter. Ethan Eichhoff will be at the plate. Third baseman. Up, up, up. That's, see, Ethan might want to, that'll catch you outside. Strike one to Ethan Eichhoff. Couple steps back on third base. Coons over there at first base is going to stay regular depth, not holding a runner on. Feint throw back to second base. Benny back there in a hurry. Little hop and a step back on the bag. 0-1 here to Ethan Eichhoff. Nice shot from Ethan. And it's going to be caught by the left fielder here. Good hard hit ball, though. 2 down in the bottom of the 6th inning. That'll bring up Chase Johnston. He moved over to the shortstop position this last inning when Sean came in to pitch. Ben Carrier, a little gamesmanship over there in second base. Just out. Pretty good looking pitch, but 1-0 nonetheless here to Chase Johnston. O'Haron on the bump for the Warriors. 2 down here, bottom of 6. Chase Johnston. Oh, Benny gets back. Ginther, good job of holding on to that one. One and 0 to Chase Johnston. O'Haron to deliver. That one will stay up. 2-0. Long look over there. Benny with a good lead. And a nice cut there from Chase Johnston. O'Haron paying a little attention over there to Ben Carrier. 2 down here, and obviously Ben probably doesn't want to get picked off going to third, but he is getting himself a pretty darn good lead right now. 2-1. That one's going to be on the ground. Klug over to second base to Ginther to end the threat. 6-4 to get him over there. So we go to the top of the 7th inning. All knotted up. Warriors and Gophers at 4 apiece. Caledonia will bring Tyson Ginther, Jack Schmitz, and Will Allen to the plate. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back, Gopher fans. We go to the top of the 7th inning. 7-all, or top of the 7th, 4-all rather. I've got my numbers messed up here. 4-4. Everything knotted up here in the top of the 7th inning. Sean Kirchner was behind the dish. He is on the mound now. Tyson Ginther comes to the plate for the Caledonia Warriors. And he takes a cut at that first pitch. Sean goes up 0-1 on Ginther. Sean nibbles a little further on the outside, evens things up at 1 apiece. Good purpose pitch over there, Sean. Sean looking a little more comfortable here coming in. Tough ask here, a catcher coming in here from behind the plate and then going to the mound. Ginther going to go on down in this count, 1-2, but Sean is handling it just fine. One and two. Ginther hangs on. Good cut at that one. Sean gassed her up on the upper side of the register. 1-2. Got a good battle going on here. Gophers and Warriors. Sean's going to go with a little breaker. Chase is going to come across his body. Throw over to Weston Nolte. 6-3 put out here for the first out at the top of the 7th inning. One down here, top of 7. That'll bring up Jack Schmitz. Schmitz flew out to the left fielder his last at bat. He's reached on a walk in the 3rd inning. One down here, top of 7. And Sean takes a lot off of that one and gets Schmitz to go after it. Starts ahead in the count once again, 0-1 to Schmitz. Schmitz fouls that one back. Oh, 0-2 quickly here to Schmitz. And Sean Kirchner. See if he can't wrap one around here. Schmitz is probably going to be looking for that breaker. Kaysen moves to the outside. All right. Still up in this count, 1-2. That one was up and out. One down here, top of 7. Kirchner delivers. That one's going to stay up, evens the count at 2 apiece. Sean looking to get this thing in play. Let his defense work for him. And that one's going to stay out. And Schmitz, good job here at bat. A nice at bat. Running this thing full. Payoff pitch from Sean Kirchner. And that one's going to stay up. Schmitz will reach on a walk. That's going to bring up right fielder Will Allen. Schmitz on first base with 1 down. Schmitz, base knock, and scored his last at-bat. Takes a cut at this one. Up just a bit, but goes after it. 0-1. Sean has done a good job getting ahead in these counts. He's got to finish her off. Got him. Oh, just got his hand back in there. Woo-hoo. Schmitz with, with I guess what we'd call a perfect lead. If he's getting back, he is way past the cut now. Sean steps off. We've got time on the field. Oh and 1 here to Will Allen. Top of 7. 1 down. Schmitz with a huge lead. And he's going to go. Kaysen will get that throw down there. Not in time, so Schmitz will stand up at second base. Schmitz was well past the cut. Great jump from him. So Kaysen with pretty good throw, but was going to be a tough get over there. Will Allen, 0-1 count to him. Sean comes on the outside, evens this one at 1 apiece. Little look to second. Sean delivers 2-1. Will Allen. O'Haron on deck. That one will stay in, and that'll be another walk. So Gophers pitchers have done a good job here. The only bugaboo that we've had today is a few walks, and that's really got ourselves in trouble. And walks, I can't believe remember what the percentages is here that a walk here, specifically leadoff walks. Score at a very high percentage, especially in amateur baseball and high school baseball. So there's something you obviously at all levels want to stay away from. So a little meeting on the mound here from Coach Baum. O'Haron steps to the plate. O'Haron flew out to center field his last at-bat. Flew out to right field his first at-bat and reached on a walk in the 4th inning and scored. So here we are, knotted at 4 apiece. Runners on first and second. Outside, 1-0. So Gophers just trying to get themselves an out here to step on one on the infield. And he's going to induce that pop up to second base. Aiden Johnsrud ranges back, and that'll be the second out here of the top of the 7th inning. And stepping to the plate here is DH for the Caledonia Warriors, Mason King. 2 down in the top of the 7th. Runners on first and second. Big lead over there. That'll be just down and in. We would like to get King here because we bring the top of the order up after this. And he's going to catch the outside. 1-1, evened up here. Kirchner trying to get out of here and squell any damage, potential damage rather. And that one's going to be popped up into, looks like the tennis courts, almost, well, just about to the porta potty. Probably the explanation that the fans at home didn't need, but you got it. So anyway, we go to a 1-2 count to Mason King. Runners on first and second. Sean's going to come in there and get the strikeout to end this inning. That's what we needed, Shawnee. Here we go. Well, bottom of the seventh upcoming here for the Gophers. And we will come back with Cason Johnson, Weston Nolte, and Cole Raymaker right after this. Gophers looking to walk this thing off versus the Caledonia Warriors. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back, Gopher fans. We go to the bottom of the seventh inning. Things knotted up at 4 apiece. We bring catcher Cason Johnson to the plate for the Gophers. Landon O'Haron on the mound for the Caledonia Warriors. Gophers looking to walk this thing off. O'Haron been locked in on that first pitch, and he is right there once again. 1 strike to Cason Johnson. That one will stay up. Evens the count at 1 apiece. And what a nice breaking ball in there. And Cason takes that one for strike 2. Make him work a little bit here, Cason. One and 2 count to Cason Johnson. O'Haron delivers. And Cason's going to put that one on the ground to shortstop Reed Klug. Over to first base and gets him by a step. 6-3 put out to start the 7th inning for the Caledonia Warriors. So, 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. That'll bring up big Weston Nolte for the Gophers. So Weston, that one's going to stay out. Aaron tried to gas that up a little bit here. Got a little across his body. Got a live arm. I haven't seen him throw, I don't believe. Ground ball takes a nasty hop over at third base, and Weston is going to reach. Good hard hit ball down the third base line, and it took a hop right as it got to the third baseman. Cole Raymaker steps to the plate, one down in the bottom of the seventh inning for the Gophers. Weston Nolte at first. Weston obviously is going to take a pretty conservative lead, I'm guessing. Just we need that run, obviously. That one's going to hit the zone. O'Haron, pretty good job here in the last couple of innings, hitting that first pitch strike. So Cole Raymaker steps in once again. Weston over at first. One down here, delivery from O'Haron. And that'll be up over his head. Got the bat down. That's the most important thing there. Evens the count at 1 apiece. And he's going to pop that one up, and we'll see if he's got room. That will get out of play. So good job by Cole Raymaker hanging in on this count. 1-2. Trying to put this thing in play and move Weston over to second base. Or you could just hit another double off the base of the wall, and we'll get out of here. Weston going on that one. High pitch. And he's going to get him at second base. I thought he got his foot in there. Well, we're going to end the threat in the bottom of the seventh inning. We're going to go to extras. We got extra ball coming here. Cole Raymaker was the batter of record. He will stay there. And we go to the top of the eighth inning. Well, Caledonia will bring up the top of their order, and Tanner Ginther, Garrett Coons, and Reed Klug when we come back. Hey, welcome back, Gopher fans. Andy O'Connor along with you here at Mollybaum Field. Well, we've got extra innings between the Gophers and Warriors. Tanner Ginther comes to the plate for Caledonia. Top of the order for them. And that's going to be a first pitch out and down. 1-0 here to Ginther. I apologize here. Scoring here for that last one. Cole Raymaker with a strikeout and a strike him out, throw him out here. Weston was thrown out at second base. That one's going to be out again. 2-0 to Ginther. Coons on deck, and that one will stay in. 3-0. So Sean just looking to come back with a strike here to start things off for him. That'll catch the inside. 3-1 to Ginther. Sean with the delivery. Ginther's going to go after that one. That will be out of play. Ooh, just out of play. There's a happy fan over there. So that'll bring it to a full count. Sean, good job battling back here. What's turned out to be just a beautiful evening at Molly Baum Field. No clouds in the sky. Great night for baseball. Ginther is going to go down on strikes here. Sean went up in the register to get him. First out here of the top of the 8th inning. We are in extra innings with the Caledonia Warriors. 4 apiece is the score on the old Roland Wells scoreboard. Coons is going to pop that one up to the right side, and we've got a little communication between our right fielder and second baseman. That one's going to drop. Coons is going to be at first base. And we'll have our first base runner on an error. So just communication between the right fielder here, Ethan and Aiden. Aiden was running out there pretty darn quickly. Or probably could have been Ethan's ball, but sun kind of in that way. I don't know if Ethan saw it for sure. Klug is going to go right after that first pitch. And he'll be down 0-1. Coons at first base. Good lead for him over there. He's going to come inside on Klug. 1 down in the top of the 8th inning. Gophers and Warriors knotted up at 4 apiece. Coons with a pretty good lead over there again. Sean to deliver, and it's going to be a pop to the infield. Chase Johnson takes a couple steps into the grass and fields that one cleanly. 2 down here in the top of the 8th. That'll retire Klug on the F6. 2 down. That'll bring up Ben Stemper. Coons at first base after that error in right field. Ooh, just inside. Sean took a bunch off of that one, dropped her off the table. It was inside, but a good first pitch for him. Try to get himself a little jam shot on Stemper. Back is Coons. Two down in the top of the 8th inning. Extra innings here at Molly Baum Field. And good stop there by Kason Johnson from behind the plate. Actually 2-0 to Stemper. 3-0 now to Stemper. Ben Stemper at the plate. So we'll see. Stemper likely having the green light. However, if he sees something down the gut, maybe they allow him to go after it. And it looks like he's just going to come back. A little something off that one. Stemper was taken all the way. Squared to bunt, feigned, and pulled that one back. 3-1 hitters count here to Ben Stemper. Runner on first base. Gophers looking to get out of here. And he's going to hit one to the gap, and that one is going to roll close to the fence. We'll have 1-run score. Ben Stemper is going to hold up at second base, and it is cut off. Good hard hit ball there from Stemper. He comes through with an RBI double in the top of the 8th inning to score Garrett Coons from first base. So 2 down. That'll bring up Tyson Ginther to the plate for Caledonia. Five to 4 now in favor of the Caledonia Warriors. Ginther would love to bring Stemper across, but the damage is done here. They are up 1, 5 to 4. Strike one, though. Sean gets ahead in this count. Brings a breaking ball, stays up, evens the count at 1 apiece. Ooh, just outside, 2-1 to Ginther. Little space over there on the right side as Aiden Johnsrud's. Oh, that just catches it. Sean takes a bunch off of that, and it catches the outside. So evens this thing up at 2-2. Battle between Tyson Ginther and Sean Kirschner. Kirschner to deliver. A little extra juice on that one is going to be outside, however. Runs this count full. 3-2 to Tyson Ginther. Full count, payoff pitch to Ginther. He's going to come inside and get him. That's going to be a dead ball. So runners now at first and second. And that'll bring up Jack Schmitz. He walked his last at bat and was stranded at second base in the top of the 7th inning. Kirchner to deliver. Just down. One and 0 to Jack Schmitz. That one will stay out. 2-0. That one will stay out. 3-0. Sean Kirchner on the mound. Schmitz at the plate. Schmitz is almost assuredly going to take a strike here. Good lead at second base. He feigns that. Well, that's going to come on the inside. Pretty consistent strike so far for the most of the night. That one has been called a strike. So Schmitz still up in this count. 3-1. Hitters count for him. And that one will stay out. So that's going to load the bases and bring up Will Allen for the Warriors. Allen had a base knock in the 6th inning. In the 7th inning, actually had a walk and was stranded over at first base. So Allen that one stays up 1-0. Nowhere to put him, so Sean's got to go after him. That one will stay down 2-0 to Will Allen. And a strike on the inside half. 2-1. Sean working his way back. That one's going to stay up. 3-1. Hitters count here for Will Allen. Bases loaded for Caledonia. Three and one count to Will Allen, top of the 8th inning. And he's going to take a strike. And he'll run this count full. Well, he took that one, obviously on the sign, but really good pitch to hit. It's one of those things with a 1-run lead, you can do that. Runners are off and running. Will Allen with a good cut straight back. Hangs in this count Full count to Allen. Sean Kirchner trying to get out of here in the top of the 8th inning. And pitch from Sean. Hard hit ball into center field. Ben Carrier, a couple steps back. And they limit the damage to 1 run here in the top of the 8th inning. Well, damage is done, however, here. Gophers need one to stay in this one and might as well get a couple and get out of here. So we are in the bottom of the 8th inning. Caledonia up 5-4 on Chatfield. Sean Kirchner, Brody Whalen, and Ben Carrier will come up for the Gophers. Hey, welcome back, Gopher fans. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning here. Gophers needing a run to stick in this one. Sean Kirchner steps to the plate. Gophers down 5-4 to the Caledonia Warriors. Caledonia scratched one across in the top of the 8th inning. So Chatfield obviously needs one here to keep playing. 1-0 to Sean. Oh, Sean takes a wave at that one. Evens the count at 1 apiece. And O'Haron probably putting that one in the memory banks. He went out on that one. We'll see if he goes back out there again. Sean Kirchner, hard hit ball on the ground. Ginther stays down on it and over to first base for the first out here in the bottom of the 8th. 4-3 put out. So Brody Whalen will step to the plate for the Gophers. One down, bottom of 8. First pitch strike is going to be taken to right field by Brody Whalen. Brody hustles down the line, turns to his right, and we've got ourselves a base runner. Good job. Just went right after that first pitch and went as one of his favorite spots on the field. And we're going to bring in Ryan Eichhoff to run. Good job getting on base there, Brody Whalen. Starting things off here for the Gophers. Ben Carrier comes to the plate for Chatfield. Ryan, some of his first action on the base paths. We need the run, so he's going to have to be a little careful over there. Ryan just happy to be back out on the field here as well. Ben Carrier, big cut on a strike on the inside half. 0-1 to Benny. Bottom of the 8th inning, Gophers needing a run to stick around. Ben, good breaking ball from O'Haron. And it'll be 2 strikes on Ben Carrier. Ben Carrier knock over to left field. And, ooh, really good hard hit ball over to the left. And you can't tattoo that one a whole lot better. And that's going to be a line shot and an out. Second out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Just about knuckled down on him. And Ryan was kind of lost and hung up in no man's land for a little bit, but he got back to first base. Strike on the outside for Ryan Rindles. 0-1 to him. 2 down. Gophers down to the last batter. We need to get this one across to keep playing. And that one is going to be foul. Good job pushing that ball over to the left field side by Ryan Rindles. Well, Gophers down to the last strike, and Ryan Akoff was off and running at first base. So Ryan just got to stick in here, down 0-2. Bottom of the 8th inning. Gophers need this one. Big lead over there for Ryan. Ooh, that's going to stay just out. Hey, good purpose pitch over there for Heron. Nice spot from him. Rindles, 1-2 count. O'Haron to deliver. Runner goes. Eichhoff, great jump over there on first base that time. So Ryan Rindles hanging in there. 1-2 count to him. 2 down in the bottom of the 8th inning. Gophers down by a run. Ryan Eichhoff, another huge lead over there at first base. And he's going to get him on a strikeout on the outside corner. Well, that'll do it for this one here. Extra innings to take this home. Caledonia comes north and defeats Chatfield Gophers 5-4 in what was a good ball game. Gophers here got themselves in a little trouble with some walks during this game. Reed Klug came in and pitched for the Caledonia Warriors. However, O'Haron came in and closed this thing out, actually got the win for Caledonia. And Gophers fall in this one, but a good ball game, 5-4 to the Caledonia Warriors. We will be back here on Friday evening. Remember, that's a 4:30 start. It's a doubleheader with the Plainview Elgin Millville Bulldogs. And we'll be back here Friday night, hopefully weather just like this. And from Molly Baum Field, I'm Andy O'Connor. We will talk to you on Friday evening. Good night, all.